Hey, this is Shantha here, and thanks for being with me on Wednesdays with Shantha so far, and thanks for showing all the love and affection. As we move forward, let us continue and unfold further more chapters of this book. Hi everyone, this is Shantha. So I was reading about this chapter on Angahara, right? And in Bharatanatyam, and I felt that it is a very deep chapter. And I have made some notes and I have some doubts, which I thought, well, let's get it cleared from Ram. Hi everyone, this is Shantha back here again on the same chapter on Angaharam. Since the chapter was quite deep, I thought we'll split it into two videos. So Ram, welcome back to talk about Angaharam again.
So much.
So there are numerous possibilities of combining these Angaharams, right? So can you talk about
It's
it?
almost about 32 different combinations which are available, which is prescribed. And pretty much importantly, what happens is these are very unique sets and gestures. There is names for these in Sanskrit, which I've put in the book. We'll possibly complicate and become tongue twisters if we basically mention it.
Okay,
So
we'll read about
So
it.
there is one called Sthirahasta.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Dr. Kalarani Ramachandran also has explained about Angaharam in her detailed study of Natya Shastra, right? So, for example, she's spoken about Stirahasta. So, can you explain a little more on that?
So if you look at each of the Angaharas, right, they are movements, and Sthirahasta, for example, this is basically going to have a combination of how you basically are positioned where you are. But through the combinations of these steps, the jumps, the turns, the hand gestures, each of these will basically have mudras that you basically use, and the whole Angahara very, very meticulously talks about how is it choreographed to convey specific meanings to the audience of the dance, and that's basically the symbolic versions of it.
Okay. And what I understand is this Angaharams becomes the basic foundational for more complex dances like Varnams and Tillanas, right? How are these structured so rhythmically?
So think about it. If you're looking for the underlying musical composition that's basically done, that is the tala. So dancers normally they follow the beats of the tala, and the steps are basically in multiples of 2, 4, 8. And this is going back to the adavus. That's basically what we spoke about in one of those earlier parts of it.
Okay.
So the way this would come is the Angaharas are primarily set to tune with it, and the musical accompaniment will add more flavor to the whole choreography.
Okay, okay. And how did these evolve over time? How did Angaharas evolve over time?
So if you remember, in one of the earlier chapters, we did speak about the Guru Sishya Parampara,
Yes, yes.
and there are 5 different the Pantalas,
Yeah, yeah.
and the way these particular Guru Sishya Paramparas have evolved. So there is always a uniqueness of style, and that's a beauty of Bharatanatyam. What it has done is, though it has got the strict methods, it's ring fenced around what the basic structure is. There are those deviations which these are available for the Guru Sishyas based on the Guru's family and their traditions, and that will also involve or impact the way their particular Angaharas are performed.
Okay, that's really interesting. And I'm sure there should be some spiritual dimension also for this, right? So how do you link that?
So think about this. There is a very vital part of their prowess, their storytelling capabilities, which is what you would have basically expected when you're doing these dance forms. But apart from the technical proficiency, they're talking about the body balance, the rhythm, their sense of grace, and the synchronization of the body movements along with the music and the rhythm, which is tala. They are basically critical in bringing out the part of the Angaharas which they offer as something to divinity. And that's been the grace that we have seen.
Wow, that's interesting. And also by mastering different Angaharams, a Bharatanatyam dancer gains proficiency in the basic vocabulary of the dance form, and also explore intricate choreography and improvisation, right?
Like we spoke about the different styles of the Guru Shishya based on the family of the Gurus, the improvements are going to be depending on which family or which tradition that you use, and the rhythm is set for the way the graceful evolution of the dancer comes in, and that's where the Angaharas have their own role to play.
Wow, that's nice. I've also made an important note on particular question here. Bharatanatyam boasts a rich repertoire of Angaharams, each with its unique flavor, right? And the choreographers weave Bharatanatyam into elaborate dance compositions, enhancing the visual appeal, rhythm, and narrative flow. That's what I've noticed. So, what is that you feel about?
So, if you basically nailed the right part of the way the essence of the Bharatanatyam dance comes in, choreography, and again, what has happened is Bharatanatyam, as it's evolved, the Angaharas gives you the freedom for basically choosing the type of family that you learnt it from. So, the styles for narrating a particular social subject that you pick up, or the type of storytelling that is involved with the intense choreography, the steps, the part of what they bring the grace, and there is also a divinity factor that they build into it. That's something which you will observe, typical of every particular. And in the 21st century, if you look at Bharatanatyam dancers, they have used Angaharas very lavishly to the particular strokes of broad strokes of pen that they have in, and evolve more styles.
Wow, yeah. So I think while watching my next dance, I'll be more careful to watch all of these now that I understood much deeper meaning of Angaharams, right? And I also noticed that they are not just the dance movements; they are the testament to the enduring tradition and the cultural richness of Bharatanatyam. So thanks, Ram, for enlightening about this. Do you want to add more on anything
We
here?
could go on and on, but I
Yeah.
think the idea is to just give in a capsule form what readers can get to see in the book.
Yeah.
And I think you have explained a lot of it already
Yeah.
in terms of what to look for. So,
Yeah.
any message for the readers?
Yeah, definitely. Readers, please do read this chapter to know more about Angaharams, and I think you'll relate more when you watch any dancers on the stage next time. Yeah, thank you, Ram. Thanks for your
Thank you
time
so
here.
much, Shantha.
Yeah.